It's gonna be. We keep getting we keep getting the aggro matches on camera.
Yeah,
So
very lucky.
So yeah.
We currently have one aggro deck versus I would call the opposite of aggro.
Oh
in
yes,
this
the
format.
very opposite of aggro.
Tim Andrew, who you've already seen today on black-red aggro, claim to fame / shame.
Claim to shame,
is
as he
what he's
calls
calling
it.
And then Elaine Cao on blue-white approach of the Second Sun.
And
Not the cycling version, but more the hard control list. Very much wants to just counter and kill everything that hits the board, and eventually win the game while her opponent is out of cards and she casts approach to the Second Sun.
so it is
twice.
blue-white control.
It is.
Awesome. Oh,
This is going to be a great match for Alex. He is a blue-white control player.
yes.
One of the matches he probably has been looking forward to seeing.
Oh yeah, and it's a fun matchup too because this is classic light side of the force versus dark side of the force, of course.
So Tim won round 1 pre-board where he's probably heavily favored.
Absolutely.
Very grindy game 2 happened. I saw
Yep.
Regal Caracels all over the place.
Oh, yes.
Sun Scorched Champion.
And Elaine talking some smack.
Elaine
like,
was
what if I just
talking
don't
hell.
actually have the wrath here?
Yeah, Elaine
So-
was talking a lot of smack. Elaine asked her opponent to not play a spell so she could just simply win the game. He cast the spell, but you always ask.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
All right,
So,
Aether Hub.
Ether Hub, yep.
Aether or Ether?
It's Ether.
Aether. Okay.
It's Ether, yeah.
Bomat Courier. Thanks, only one.
All right, Elaine going to take a draw. I'm not even looking at it. That'd be pro if she just played the
She
land
just,
go.
slams it down. Elaine is a level 1 judge in the area.
And I believe this is her first time ever playing this deck.
Yes, it is.
That is sweet.
Another level 2 judge,
So-
Mark Caterberg, gave it to her because she asked, "I want to play something blue."
Hey,
And Mark
why
helped
wouldn't
her.
you?
Yeah.
So,
Why wouldn't you?
irrigated farmland. Looks like might have some glare issues from Elaine's deck, unfortunately, but that is an irrigated farmland.
Yeah. We'll help as much as we can. Oh.
Okay.
Throwing her cards across.
Ramanap Ruins going to be played here by Tim.
And
Oof.
an Earthshaker Kenra.
Wow, and he's
It
off
looks
to
like
a
he
nice start.
tapped the Ramanap Ruins for a life instead of using the energy counter from the.
That's
Aether
fair. I
Hub.
mean, Elaine's not doing a lot of damage early, at least. So
Elaine's not doing damage, I would say.
yeah.
Elaine is doing something that says, "I win the game" at the end of it.
Yeah.
Like Glacial Fortress. Old school Glacial Fortress.
I like the new ones.
Yeah.
I like pirates, so like the whole lore of pirates.
Yeah, the old Glacial Fortress art reminds me of like a card from older than actually how old Glacial Fortress is. Like Odyssey.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
So
It looks
duress.
like-
Wow, that's
ooh.
gonna be good. I
Elaine's
know.
looking at it. She might negate this, honestly.
Oh yeah, if she has a negate, I would absolutely negate this. But
Nope, she gives it up. 2 cast outs.
an unsummon,
Only
old
one-
school unsummon. That is
Old
sick.
school and summon. Fumigate. Already trying to put Fumigate in the graveyard. Disallow. Cast out.
Trying.
Elaine being a little bit of a smack talker.
Yep. And of course, you said this was Mark's deck, so of course he would have the white bordered old school unsummon.
It's amazing that Mark hasn't whiteboarded all of his cards in this list,
Hey.
honestly. Anything to put his opponent on tilt.
Absolutely.
So Elaine
I agree with
is
that
doing
mentality.
a thing that a lot of people don't. So Elaine's going to cover her cards, but she is writing what cards Tim knows about.
I've seen people put them upside down in their hand
Yeah,
as a
that's
way
one
to
do
mark it.
Yeah, but Elaine, if I played with her a lot, so I'm aware of this. Elaine is a notorious card shuffler,
Sure.
and she'd rather not have to deal with
Yeah.
upside down cards while
Makes sense.
flicking her cards around.
That
Here's
and
the
she's
Fumigate.
she's got she's got something with an image on it, so her opponent would know. So
Yeah, it is the limited resources sleeve.
yeah.
Also, she's doing something I'm incredibly jealous of. If you're
Oh my
watching
gosh,
the
she's
cam.
so good
She
at
is
it.
So good at flipping her pin. She does it literally nonstop, and I don't know how she does it that well.
I'm jealous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I almost
no,
threw the
you're
pin
trying.
across the booth.
Literally stabs me in the eye.
Yeah. Thinking really hard about this. I think
Yeah,
it's pretty easy. You take the Fumigate here, Disallow is going to counter one spell, but Fumigate's going to wipe your entire board.
Yeah, and to be honest, casting 4 mana 1-for-1s is not where Elaine wants to be in this matchup.
No.
Okay, well, hey, we're not down there, so.
Yeah, we don't know what happened earlier. Also, she didn't have any lands.
Maybe taking away the cycle?
Yeah,
potentially.
She's going to have to cycle just to get land
Oh,
drops,
yeah.
or she will very quickly fall behind and lose this game.
So an attack for 3 here from Tim. Elaine just going to cycle this, I'm assuming. Yep. Draws an unsummon? Or, I don't know. Didn't quite see it.
Why it didn't attack with the... already had an unsummon in hand. Why didn't it attack with the other Bomat? It would have forced the issue on the unsummon.
Yeah, she has 2 unsummons now.
I'm so glad such a core rudimentary card like unsummon is back.
So good. Remember Vapor Snag? Whew. Card was gas.
I remember Vapor Snag.
Not a fan?
I love Vapor Snag. I play Blue and Popper, so I play Vapor Snag.
Did you play the Delver deck that was standard legal back in the day with Vapor Snag and Gut Shot and Geist of St. Traft?
Yeah, it was a good list. It was pretty gross.
It was very, very good.
What a weird standard format having Phyrexian mana with Innistrad.
Boy.
There's a lot of shenanigans happening. As Gitaxian Probe as well.
All the banned cards.
Dismember. If you were risky enough, you could pay any amount of life to do anything you wanted on
Absolutely.
that Dragon Skull Summit enters the battlefield tapped. No mountain or swamp.
Yeah. Seems like Tim's mana base at times could be a little shaky.
I think the biggest weakness I've seen in this list.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really powerful, strong cards in his list, but man.
And he's just going to replay the Earthshaker.
Yeah.
But we know about the disallow in Elaine's hand. So
I would snap disallow this.
Yeah. So it's going to hit the bin.
Help if Tim is tapped out, despite his lands being untapped.
Yeah.
There it is. Cool. And he did have to, I guess, use the energy he had. Nope, he did pay the 1 life from the Ramanapa Rose. Swings in for 2. Elaine's at 13. If Elaine gets to 5 mana, though, she's going to Fumigate, gain a little bit of her life back.
And Tim knows it, too.
Yeah, Tim basically has to end this or get unbelievably close to ending this before 5 lands happen. There's 4, so it's not actually looking that good for Tim right now. And as you can see, Elaine with the rapid fire card
plays Hazoret, he'll be in decent shape, but outside of that, Elaine,
he also has Rampaging Ferocidon.
Ferocidon, yep.
Ferocidon, thank you. From the sideboard.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, appreciate you. Which will stop a lot of the ancillary life gain that Elaine is able to generate. She's playing Regal Caracals and Sunscorched Champions. And then again, Lane marking off the cards that he knows about. Fumigate in hand.
That's good. That's a really good thing to do.
Yeah.
Never even crossed my mind. The little thing that I do is I will write so most people obviously write the life total changes. I will put the reason why the life total. So like fetch, shock, attack, things like that.
That's a good way to do it. I feel like as long as you're not taking too much time or too much mental facilities away from like the actual game, I think as much detail as you can is
absolutely
is good.
So just deploys a Karizev. Oh, Glimmer. Main phase Glimmer though.
She needs to do
Wants to find a land. Obviously,
needs to find that land.
Honestly.
Yeah, she will scry any land to the top as long as it enters the battlefield untapped.
Absolutely.
That's not a land. That is a land.
Second Sun. So those are both gonna go to the bottom. Let's see. Disallow Island. There you go.
All right. So Anne has the unsummon in hand. Buy her a little bit of health.
So good. Unsummon. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. Unsummon.
Not going to use it probably, but
no.
She's going to. Well, she'll use it on a Rampaging Ferocidon, but she's going to untap and simply just cast Fumigate. And Tim is going to be, despite 11 to 18, soon to be.
Wow, see, and there's another Dragon Skull Scum entering the battlefield tapped. So.
Does Black Red have a cycle land? Yes, it does.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but.
Unsummon the carry Zev.
Oh, so that goes to his hand, not to the graveyard. That would be real good.
Yeah, that. Hey, blue Pongify effects. Now, Tim should.
But with no downside, just kill it.
Yeah. Now, so here's an interesting decision point. Tim should not play a creature here.
Unless he forgot.
Yeah. If Tim plays a creature here, he's overextending.
Yeah.
Yep. Here we go.
Well, maybe not. Maybe he just remembered. But he can clearly look over to her piece of paper. See, that's the downside, right? Like
that's why you
don't
have
want
to
your
write
opponent.
really terrible shorthand.
Right. I'd still almost just rather flip them upside down and wear.
That's fair.
And like use.
And I think one of the reasons she does do it is like if you notice her hands, she is rapid fire. Just
the Brian Kibler.
Yeah.
Rifle
so Tim
shuffling.
Played it correctly and did not. But again, this is kind of a lose-lose situation because you're just buying a control deck more and more time by not putting more pressure.
Now the interesting thing is, does Tim fire off one of these Bomat Couriers if and when she does cast her Wrath?
I don't know how many cards are in Tim's hand. One of those Bomat Couriers appears to have 5 cards underneath it.
It's a lot.
It's
a lot.
I think that's worth it. Especially, I can't see Tim's hand, so I don't know if he's got gas in or not. He has a carry Zev in hand.
Well, we know that.
It looks like Elaine is awkwardly missing land drops, which is not what her deck
wants
to do. It's playing around 25 to 26 lands.
She wants to hit a land literally every turn until about turn 8.
Yeah.
And even still, I wouldn't mind if I were in her seat to hit a land after that.
The thing Elaine has, though, is she runs somewhere around 6 to 7 sweepers with a lot of card selection.
6 to 7.
6 or 7 sweepers.
I thought you said 67, and I was real confused.
Yeah, she runs a 79 card deck. So she's opting. So she didn't bite either. She did find that land, and now she fumigates after getting the land.
It's going to gain her 2 life, but let's see what Tim does here with his Bomat Couriers, because he could activate both if he wants.
Yeah. Disallow, not available. No available mana to cast Disallow.
Yeah. So the shields are down here for Tim, or for Elaine rather, to let her opponent. Oh, he's not. All right, so Tim likes his hand enough that he's not going to activate either Bomat Courier. He doesn't want to take the chance of just getting a bunch of lands or maybe irrelevant cards. And yeah, that definitely has to be scary for Elaine to see what is actually in. Oh, okay, so Chandra. Whew,
Torch of Defiance.
That is definitely Chandra. Torch of Defiance is definitely a card that Elaine cares about and doesn't want to ever see actually resolve on the battlefield.
Yeah, she basically has Cast Out as the only answer to that. She's already.
That's got to be probably it. So he uses her plus ability to generate 2 red mana and then attack with Earthshaker Kinra.
That is quite big.
See, when I see people rifle shuffling like that, I feel like the more they do it, the quicker they do it, the more nervous they are. But she just does it. Like she just always.
Just her thing.
So,
having played with her for a while, it's just what she does.
Yeah.
There are a few players I'd say pretty notorious for it. Nolan Dang is another local area player you'll probably see on camera every once in a while. You could give him 1 card in hand, and he'll just juggle it between his 2 hands. He just can't not do it with his hands.
Yeah.
And it's just a thing players have. It's just a tip.
I've started to put my cards on the table, just because. I mean, you put a lot of wear on your cards when you do that.
Yeah.
And if I have a lot of foils, so I've actually ruined several cards by putting creases at the top.
I respect the humble brag.
I'm no Jeff Blyden or anything.
I have a lot of foils.
Hey.
Excuse me. These guru lands.
Absolutely. Oh, my gosh. No. I wish.
Trying to see what Elaine has in her hand. The rifle shuffling is a little hard to keep track of. But she's in a tough spot. She needs to answer threats on board. She's only at 9 life. Well, half of Tim's creatures have haste.
And
Chandra is ticking up.
The big issue is Chandra. Because once Chandra ults, the game is over. Absolutely. Because it triggers off of the cast, not off the resolution.
Yes.
So she could literally counter everything and still die.
Yeah. Gets a land, pings. Puts it down to 8. 8, not 7.
And this is game 3. I know we didn't see the first 2, but
Not
we got
7.
them over here.
They'll figure it out. Elaine should be at 8 life. She accidentally tapped the iPad twice.
Ah.
But she's also writing down her scores, so they should be fine.
So 18 to 8 here.
Mm-hmm.
Glint sleeve. Wow, that's something that Elaine doesn't want to see either.
Yeah, she's going to have to counter something. She has to impact this board,
Yeah,
or she's going to let the game just walk away from her. Again, Chandra just putting so much pressure on her right here.
Absolutely. So I'm assuming we're still thinking about responding to this.
Mm-hmm. It is not resolved.
She's got 6 lands, so I think she has a Torrential Gearhulk in her hand.
Torrential Gearhulk, flashback.
Oh, she's got a, yeah, okay.
Disallow.
So I'm assuming what her play, like the lines of play,
I don't know.
She might have wanted to wait to block, and that way she could
now
kill.
Tim can't attack with Earthshaker.
Well, yeah, of course.
But
unless he plays another one, that would be. Okay, just Karizev. I say just Karizev, but it's still very good.
Yeah, still a good Magic card.
There's
his lands. She has Fumigate in hand, but that's just.
Yeah, not. So she's gonna impulse here. Well, Supreme Will, impulse mode.
Impulse mode.
Regal Caracal lands, and I didn't see the.
I mean, you take the Regal Caracal. Yeah. Regal Caracal is actually a very annoying card for Tim to have to deal with.
So many bodies.
Yeah, a lot of bodies, lifelink attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
So here's one line that Elaine could set up. She has a disallow in hand.
She could disallow the trigger of the ultimate.
She could disallow the ult.
And then that would just waste it because it would go to the graveyard.
It'd go to the graveyard.
Yeah. The Chandra would go to the graveyard on that.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's on Tim's radar here. This is a pretty exciting turn here because.
Actually, I think Elaine just lost unless she has a flash. She can. Tim can pump mana Chandra, bring back Earthshaker Kenra.
Oh wow, that's.
Okay. So Tim before that could have gave Chandra mana mode, brought back Earthshaker Kenra, come in with 4, 6, 7, with the Karizev and the monkey. Elaine at 7 life.
Yeah, that duress was huge.
That duress is huge though. He's now clearing the way.
It's gonna take the disallow. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think Tim still has it here, but he also had that out if he wants to play into counter magic. Actually, he wouldn't play into counter magic because it would be an activated ability of a creature in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would force the disallow.
So there's. So she's at 1 mana. So she's representing Unsummon, potentially?
She disallowed the duress, I assume?
Yeah.
She's representing Unsummon.
She doesn't want him to know what's in his hand. Her hand, I'm assuming.
I mean, she has...
Is that double Regal Caracal?
That'd be good. Again, though...
I mean... Chandra ults at 6, right?
There's a little... Yes. No, Chandra ults at 7.
Okay.
That duress was huge. I still think Tim had actual lethal there, though.
What's that?
I still think Tim actually had lethal there. No longer.
Right. Claim to fame. Here we go. Is he going to give it?
He's going to fame it.
No reason not to, I suppose, at this point.
And Elaine.
Yep, so Andrew, or Tim Andrew, rather, is going to take this match 2-1. Elaine going to lose. We are heading to round 4. This is Moonbase Market. So
see you soon. That was a fun match.
It was a very fun match.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. That was. I think Elaine played that right. It's just not a favorable. That aggro is so consistent and strong.
It's not a good matchup for the control deck.
But she played it well.
As much recursion, like with
double
the claim,
duress was devastating.
Yeah.
Claim, out of nowhere, this claim.
Well, that and so Raminap Red is hard enough for control decks to beat, but whenever you add that black splash for Claim to Fame, it makes it real tough for control decks to win.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are about ready actually for. Looks like we have 1 match still going in Standard.
Yeah.
And
we're
again,
gonna let them finish up, and then
we'll be
start round 4.
right back.
As you were saying.
But yeah, again, this is Moonbase Market. We are located in Soulard in St. Louis, Missouri. If you want to check us out, definitely come by. If you're not in the St. Louis area, moonbasemarket.com. We have over 1 million cards in stock right now that you could purchase. And yeah, but we're gonna wait here for. Whoa, we're gonna wait here for round 4, our final round.